Hello, everyone. Hello, Katie here. I actually was contemplating not showing up this week, but I don't know. My whole family's kind of low energy right now. We're worried about some family members back in the States, and one's been in and out of the hospital, and yeah, it's been really tough. We're doing what we can from here, and sometimes that's just support. I don't know, but I was like, okay, I guess I can record. My light's going to be going kind of in and out too because it's super rainy here today in the Netherlands. Lots of rain, and we did have a big windstorm, but that died down. So yeah, there's just most of the leaves are gone off the trees, and I had a bumpy week. So I'll kind of get into that. But some good stuff too. Like, life is so mixed, right? It's up and down. I don't want to quite label things good or bad. You might hear some more noise as I'm recording. Actually, there's a big dark cloud. So I think the video is going to start out kind of dark, and it might lighten up here as the cloud goes by. It's going to dump some rain here. It's such a mix, right? It's such a mix. And I don't want to label things good or bad. It's just things that are happening. And you have to pause and take care of yourself, and it's just overwhelming, and trying to make decisions can be really hard. Sorry, I realized I didn't finish my thought. It might be a little louder because I also have, in my windows here, I have these vents that let the breeze in, but not the rain. So it's really nice to feel that right now. It's a little kind of muggy today, and it's nice to have that breeze, but then sometimes you hear some more street noise, and that's okay. Yeah, the good and bad stuff. It's things that are happening, acknowledging them, trying to plan for them, trying to absorb them, taking more time to kind of dig into them a little bit more. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at right now. And our clocks go back tonight. And for 1 week, we will be 8 hours ahead of Pacific time, which is where we came from, the Seattle area. So, yeah, it's just for this week. We'll have one less hour between us and the States. And here comes the rain. And then next weekend, right here on the 1st, this night into the 2nd, if you're in the States, that's when you turn your clocks back. So there's some funky clock stuff going on right now. If you're trying to contact people overseas, just kind of be aware of that. I know it kind of tripped me up last year when we were kind of planning all of this and getting into contact with people. I thought there was actually 2 weeks last year in between. And maybe there was, I haven't looked back, but I actually don't have those planners here. Yeah, I don't have any of last year's planners, but I could look it up. But anyway, we're just going to focus on what we can do now and be kind to ourselves. I did get my Sterling King stickers here these are the October 25 stickers. They came pretty much on time. I think I ordered these, let's see, I just had that order up because I was checking it and there was one little mistake. September 15th is when these went on sale. So, because of her extended, see, there's just street music. It's not music, it's street sounds. Because at that time she was still, like, her whole company was in the thick of shipping things. I think these shipped out 2 weeks later. Let's see. I had just had that email up as well. let's see, September 15th, and then it shipped out September 25th, so 10 days later. About 2 weeks-ish though, but because I think they were packing them. She usually, if you get a notice that's about the day or so that they're shipped out. Excuse me, and I know it takes at least 2 weeks to get here. It hit here, I think it got through to here till October 17th is when I think it landed here. So yeah, it was a little ways there. And then I thought maybe this one got caught up with my planners, and it did not. It actually got through customs in about 5 working days, a little longer. And usually it's about 3. But yeah, this was kind of 5. And then, yeah, and then it came yesterday or the day before, because we're losing track of time right now because we're trying to take care of people. We're getting lots of phone calls overnight, and yeah. And anyway, so that's about what it took for these to get here, and that's why I don't do like kits. The $35 kit that she has probably would have been close to 40, because it's free shipping in the States if it's above 35. So it'd be like about 40 with taxes from Washington State. But to get it here, it's like $53. I don't know what that is in euros, but it's not something I really want to invest in right now. We got other things to worry about, but I definitely liked this set just because of the moon and the birds and the dark. I don't know. I really like these. I also got the vellums of these. They're really pretty. This is the more complex one, and then there's one with more flowers underneath. I don't want to take them out because it's hard for me to get them back in. And I really feel like I'm going to probably ruin them on camera because I've been dropping things in the past couple days. I also got this one because this is my other favorite. I would say this set, the January 24, I believe that's when that was. I don't think that was 23. And then this one is probably my runner-up in terms of like my favorites. Although this was a really close one too. I would say this one's right behind there. I love the Alice in Wonderland. I didn't get any of it when this came out. Yeah. So I have these are just the little calendar cards because I have no idea what calendar cards are coming. I have no idea. Oh, here's another, and then I got some strips. Yeah, this was the one that was the oopsie. I ordered the solid, but with the script on here. So I think they'll just put that in a regular little envelope, and I don't care when that actually arrives. Because, yeah, usually I get the script like these. So I might order some more, for Black Friday stuff. I know that's a pretty good deal. Because I love getting this set, the one with the really long side on it. And I have some plans in my upcoming planners, but we'll see. So that's kind of what came across. I did get a notification today that the local planner shop to the Netherlands here, Journal Blend, I'll link it below. I think I need to have that in my list of links, and she carries stuff from all over. Serica Studio, Color Shop, color with a K. I think it's Color Shop. Anyway, I did order some things from her that should be coming. She got them into the mail today. I saw that. She printed out a label and it said it was handed over. So it comes Monday, because locally here it takes like a day, but there's no mail on Sundays. And I thought Mondays, so I'm kind of questioning why it's coming on Monday. It should be coming Tuesday. I'm getting used to things over here. Maybe packages come on Mondays, but I'm not expecting it on Monday. I'm expecting it Tuesday. So again, it was right on time. She said the end of October. And excited about that. I'll share that when I get that stuff. And then there's Faded Chronicle is getting those. The planners are being sent to her now. It's running a little later, but they're done and they're being sent to her. So again, it's probably going to be late November when I get mine, early December. But I am hoping my Sterling ink planners are stuck in customs here since October 6th. That's when they arrived, and I'm trying to get in contact, but it's more the seller that needs to get in contact because it's their property, right? Like, it's not my property until it's handed over. So I can't make a claim on it. But I did reach out, and Sterling Ink is saying they're watching, and I did update them saying this got through. I'm kind of wondering if maybe the sticker on the outside, something happened to it. You know, that's usually what happens, is my guess. You know, people can do their best with stickers, but sometimes they get scratched off. Or it's in a big shipment that they're slowly making their way through. But it should have been like 2 weeks is pretty long enough. So it's been like 3 now. I'm hoping those planners come. Yeah, so that's kind of the updates. There's one more little planner out there that should ship in the next couple weeks. That was coming, where is that coming from? The UK. So yeah, I'm definitely not on top, like, you're not gonna find any like this just out kind of planners unless it's from Germany. Sometimes those can make it, or if there's a Netherlands designer that pops up, then I can share that sooner if it's something I'm interested in. But I don't know. I'm still have a lot in the back of my mind right now, and so I'm just kind of yapping right now, and that's okay. Sometimes, you know, I'm verbally processing is what's going on. So thank you for listening. Do I want to go into how this last week went? Besides that, not quite yet. I'll get through here. So I picked out these two. It's a cool gray N52 and a 947. Tombow's here, and I thought, see, here's a little sun's coming through now. It's the clouds are moving this way, which is east. So I can kind of see the planes taking off. We're not too far from the airport. It's kind of east of us, but yeah, here's some sun. So yeah, it might be a little brighter now. Maybe I just knew like I needed to pot. There's still dark clouds all the way around. This might be just a little lull in everything. So I did want to pick out a darker gray because these are kind of moodier stickers. Maybe I'll just kind of put a little extra lines here because it is like her stickers are kind of architectural. Is that the word? I mean, her stuff is always, because she was an architect. I know she talks about it. I don't know if she actually has her whole story up on her website. I haven't checked lately. She totally redid her website. So I haven't looked through every single part. Yeah, so I think I need something very familiar here in layout, and I'm just going to keep it very simple. I think I want to do some brown in the middle here. I think I'm going to go a little higher. So another thing that happened last week, I was scheduled for my 2-week loading dose for my infusion on Wednesday. And I went in, and I usually, because I'm running around, I run really hot after like running around and stuff. It's just kind of difficult for my temp to go down. So I mentioned when I sat down, I said, yeah, I got my COVID and flu shots last week. And they're like, wait, what? And they do, I remember back in the States, they would recommend waiting a couple weeks between those, and it can be very common practice. But I talked to my, oh, do I want to use, I might want to use these here. Anyway, I talked with my doctor a couple weeks ago. It was before all of my infusion stuff. And before I even started, I said, I have a COVID shot coming up on October 15th. Is that going to be a problem? It's right in between. And he looked at it and he said, no, it's no problem. But they said, you know, wait, I don't think we can give this to you today. And this is a very expensive med. And even here. And it's not something they want to just throw out. So I'm like, no, my doctor said it was okay. And they're like, we're going to call him. And so I still don't know a lot of Dutch right now. I think I want to, I'm trying to think up here. I want to put some gray up here, but I also want to cover things up. So I think if I do this and leave the number, let's see. Maybe I'll go back and cover up the numbers here in a moment. Anyway, so they called, and I thought they were getting the okay because I hear good or goed, you know, and I'm like, oh, okay, sounds good. And then they turn to me and go, no, we can't do it. You're running kind of a temp right now. And I'm like, this is what happens. And I tried to explain it to them, but they called a supervisor and checked, and then they said, yeah, no, we can't. And I'm like, okay. So I went home and I emailed my doctor, and he's like, no, they should not have done that. So I said, I can come back today. I had like emailed him. My infusion was supposed to start at 9:30. I was there at 9:30. I was there at like 9:25, and I hadn't like cooled down enough yet. I tried to come early and sit in the lobby, but it was, I think I caught a later bus because it took off later than I expected, even though I was on time at the bus stop. So they might have missed a bus or something. Anyway, I'm wondering if I should cover up the numbers. I think I still want to see those numbers though. Anyway, so yeah, I emailed, and he's like, I'm going to put in an order for them to give it to you right away. They did call back before my doctor answered back and said, we won't have to throw the drug away if you can come on Tuesday. And I said, yes. So that's all arranged. And I'm going to put that in here on Tuesday here at 10. And because I think I was scheduled for Wednesday or Thursday. No, I think it was Thursday. Because I wanted to make sure the 10 days, they wanted 10 days in between my shot. And that was going to be the 25th. because I got on the 26th, because it was the 16th was when I got my flu shot. So it was COVID 15th, flu 16th, and they just assumed my elevated. And I understand they were trying to keep me safe. And maybe in the long run here, it's going to be better for my body. But the doctor was like, it doesn't matter. You can get your shots whenever you want. They deal with a lot of different kinds of infusions. So it could be that it was going to be worse for someone else. Say someone on chemo or someone getting some other kind of meds. So I don't know, but I kind of misunderstood because I thought they did talk directly to my doctor, and I thought I had misremembered. I thought, wait a minute, did I remember what my GP said and not my specialist, Because I've been talking to a lot of doctors lately, and maybe I just got confused. So I'm like, okay, fine then. I tried, I was here, this is what was scheduled, and so, in a roundabout way, they moved me to Tuesday. I want to triple check that in my digital calendar here. So that, I have the 28th at 10 a.m. So... and I'll probably leave at 9. It doesn't take me that long to get there, but I definitely want to cool down while I'm there. So I'm going to assume that it's going to be like 3 hours again. Because I think my next one after this, they can speed it up. Excuse me. But I also could do these in shots. I've kind of talked about that before. If you've been around, if you're brand new, this is for Crohn's. I take infliximab or something. It's called Inflectra, and it works so well. It's biosimilar to Remicade, and it works really well for me. Everybody's bodies are different because some of the drugs I've gone through are better for other people. Like I've been on Entyvio, I've been on, began with an S, it was shots only, Stelara. And a lot of those work for people, and they just weren't for me, but Remicade did. So I'm back on loading doses since moving here, and I'm feeling good. Like, I'm really glad I caught it 2 weeks ago. I'm feeling this extra week in between isn't gonna be too bad. It's probably good to have it just a little bit more spaced out because it's not like this drug is brand new to me, but it was really waning in my system. I was pretty low on it by the time, I got my very first 0-week loading dose. So anyway, they should be a few hours and then like 2 hours. I think it was, how many minutes? I think it was an hour and a half plus 30, like 15 to flush on either side. So like 2 hours. So I'll just put 3. Because I think they wanted to just watch as well because it was the first time. So do I want to put any colors down here? Yeah, probably. I just wanted to get that on the schedule. That's the thing about making that line higher, and it's darker here. Actually, let's just go with that higher line here. I don't really schedule anything that late, so let's just have a little extra room at the bottom and put the weather down there, which will be, well, it'll be a lot of rain at the beginning of the week, and then it'll turn into sunshine, some sun towards the end of next week. But it is getting colder. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have any, and then my next appointments are, November 10th, November 27th, and December 1st. So I'm not too worried about that. But we do have, I need to record a November video here. Here, like I have, these are all states holidays here. And then we have, I'm not getting an infusion that day anymore. I was, that would have been like the next time, but they moved it. So it's actually here. That's actually good. I'll have my infusion here, and then my husband and son will get their COVID shots, and they're not going to feel great on Thursday. It's not going to be good. That one felt worse, I have to say. So, and then here, I just want to get these on here. Let's see. Actually, it's, there's a call here, and I don't know if I'm going to need the call here because it's the same person here and nothing's happening in between. I might need to reschedule this one. Let's see. So I have, so it's going to be on the 28th, which is a Tuesday, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to put a question mark here. They might move this to here, but that's something I can talk to them here about. It's really hard to get them on the phone to move these appointments around, so I had to go down in person and go to their desk and reschedule. So, and that worked. It worked. I was standing right there and they were able to move around appointments. So, and then my son's schedule, we're going back to school here. And the 27th here, let's get these numbers in. I feel like there's something else coming up next week. So we start 9:15. I don't think there's really any changes this week. Why does that look shorter? Oh, maybe his Wednesday's changed. We'll see, because this is a little different here at 13:45. I don't know. We did get his official passport back in the mail last week, so we all have our passports, official passports again. We also got birth certificates. I think I mentioned we had the apostilled one and the regular one. They only sent the apostilled one, so they overnighted the regular one to us, and they were like, oh, our bad. And yeah, so we have all of those. They've been resubmitted to our Hemente down the street, and things are rolling there, so progress progress where we can get it. And then, yeah, 13. The other big news is that my son and husband got bikes. That was, they went and a couple days ago, and they got some nice used ones. I was looking online for some that looked that nice, and I couldn't find them. The ones I kept finding online were kind of not as basic, but I mean, they were all like e-bikes and stuff, but they were like odd sizes and kind of odd cast-offs kind of, and like the ones they picked up were like just normal solid bikes that felt good. So yeah, my son's really excited to roam around. And yeah, I think it opens up a lot of possibilities. We're getting some new locks on them for insurance purposes. But otherwise, I do really well with the buses around here, and eventually maybe I'll get a bike, maybe in the spring. But like when it's raining and stuff, I would rather walk, even if it's further. There are a couple places that it's a little hard to reach. There's some buses that are out right now due to some construction, and now having a bike is kind of a lot easier to get there. But I don't go there hardly that often. One of the places was for my COVID shot, so it's just once a year. So, and the other places I go to a different location for medical stuff. So, which is at the hospital that I go to all the time, which is really easy. So, I know eventually it would be nice, but like right now I'm pretty good. And yeah, I think my husband and son are just, it's just basic solid bikes, right? That's all you need. That's all you need. What else is coming up? I feel like there's some other things on the schedule. And then I can start putting stickers down. I usually do the opposite, but right now I feel like I need to I'm looking at my schedule here. So Tuesday at 10. That's on there. Oh, there is, what time is this? 8:15. Okay. I think that's a phone call. Anything Thursday, Friday, and then it's Halloween, right? So that's what I see here, but I feel like I'm missing. There's a couple calendars that aren't showing up on my phone, and I feel like, okay, there's Monday. Okay. No, we're okay. We have a chill week. Besides, I will put game night here. Because we're doing, yeah, game night for Halloween here. Let's get this. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm all over the place. It's just we're distracted. We're hoping that things kind of get better here. I want to put, I think this one. I'm trying to find a good, do I have another pumpkin somewhere? Where is that? I just need like one little pumpkin guy. Nope, I don't have any on there. I had a couple sticker sheets that were just floating around. Oh, there's the ghosty one. I could put one little ghost down here. That would be nice. For Halloween there. Okay. And then what do I want to put here? I think I want some room here. See, now it's raining again. That's just what happens here. There's this really big one, or there's this one that I'm thinking about down here. Is this a hole? Wait a minute. Where does this go? Okay, so there's a bunch of smoke over here that's not connected. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, so the sticker doesn't go over here or over here. They're cut right there. But it kind of looks like this one stretches out. I guess not. I don't know. It's really hard to see like right in here where the cuts are. That's why I'm kind of looking right now. And this one kind of, okay. Yeah, it extends like right here. And then this one's down here. But this, yeah, this here and this here is not part of it. I think I'm gonna grab this one. And then because this has a solid line here, I just want to match it up a bit. Yeah. Okay, and then I thought about the bigger one, but then there's these little guys too. Like this is the smaller. See if you can see those. There's like, it's easier for me to hold this up and see it on the screen. So there's kind of a desk and then some papers and buildings. I think I like this one because this is kind of like trick-or-treating. As I said, if I see anybody out, I might, if it's not too rainy, might just kind of walk around and watch people watch. Oh, some of these birds, you can kind of use some of these birds here. That's cool. Kind of, because we definitely don't have as many crows here. They're called jackdaws here. Maybe they look like crows, and maybe they're definitely part of the same family. I need to research that, but they have been grouping up here, and maybe they're just getting ready to migrate a bit, but they are kind of like, there was a few over the summer, like you would see a couple pigeons around, like the most 5, right? There's like 30 of them flying around in a group right now. So sometimes they're way down the street, sometimes they're a little closer, but yeah, they've been making their way around. And then I did want to like use this flower here. I think I want to have that like right here. Oh, something just popped into my head. I've been trying to kind of keep track of twines and paper, sadly, just to see if that was coming out again. She got real quiet again. So I'm sorry for anyone who tried ordering. I try not to link. I need to maybe take a moment and go back and unlink this one. I love the beginning of this. And as I've said, I want to, I've been going back and filling some of it in, but I want to recreate that in whatever new one I'm using. But I don't know what's going on. I think she really needs to clean up some of her business practices. Just because, I mean, she wants to be a designer. Like, she's designed some really beautiful, I'm trying to think of how to, these aren't layering very well. Anyway, I don't know if I like that, but that's what's going to happen. No, I don't like that. What is happening here? I think I'm just going to do that there. I don't know. Something's a little wonky there. So yeah, I just know there's been kind of radio silence, and this is when she's supposed to be selling all of her, like, the orders need to be going out now, and there's just very little communication going on. I understand, like, going through really hard things, and like really hard, like you can't get to work at all, you know, for whatever reasons, whether it's you need support or if your family needs support or whatever it is. But she needs to be honest about, like, I cannot get to this. I need to shut everything down. I just need to take a pause and a break or whatever it is. Just, that's what people are asking for, is just being straightforward. That's all. I'm keeping it kind of light here. I thought I would put a little bit more. Maybe there's one. I mean, because I have stuff up here. And I don't really want to put that one on. But let me just pick one more flower here. To kind of bring this color, because it's kind of the same here. Oh, maybe I can put it here. Just to kind of, I don't know if that's the right place. These do come up a whole lot easier than other stickers if you just go slow. They don't leave any residue behind. If it's like within a day or so, I don't know about like weeks, like there's nothing there. But a lot of the other sticker kits do not do that. I'm kind of wondering about up here. I think this is better. Okay. Weather is rain. That's all it is. It's going to be rain for months. Let's see. Daily. Yeah, they still have the warning through this weekend. Oh, okay. Wind warning. It was between like 75 and 100 kilometers per hour winds, which are quite gusty. Let's see. So Monday starts with 12:10. We do all have our puffy jackets, so I'm thankful for that. We also have our rain jackets. And our puffy jackets can be rain jackets if needed, you know, that kind of thing. Okay, what's happening here? Definitely going up. 17, 12. And one more day. So, and then I was going to put percentages. That's what I did last time. How did that work? Yeah, see, bikes, canceled, Infusion. Yeah. Got our groceries last night. Let's see, so 79% today. Yeah, I think these percentages were pretty on. So let me put those in again. $95. I'm just thinking of like the whole entire day. And then like how much rain we had. Although I think these percentages are like chance of, I guess, for the whole day. And then 75 again. So, are these my favorite layouts of all time? No, but, oh, do I want to put any, oh, we do have trash night on Monday. Let me see about, do I want to use any of these? I think I do. It was nice to do things a little different. Don't need those. So I'll put these on. I think I'll put meals down here. Should I put them? Yeah, let's put it on this side. And then so tasks are more, oh, I might write, let's see. No, I think I might write over here next week what my card is. I haven't pulled a new card, so I think I want to put tasks here. Habits up here. To do for me is like admin. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to put a different to-do list here. I am not going to worry about chores. I'm going to do that a little different as well. So I'm actually going to put like work items here. I don't like how I wrote that, but that's okay. I'm kind of looking at that going, I think I might rewrite that with a thicker pen in a little while. Let's see. And I'm not going to do that like right this moment. So yeah, so I think that's about where I'm at. Just a lot on my mind. I know there's just a metric ton of other things happening in the world. That's a lot to process right now. So, yep, it's raining again. Or is it windy or raining? That is the question. Sometimes it's both, but usually it can kind of vary back and forth. It does shift so quickly here because there's no mountains. It really is interesting for the Seattle area. Oh, I see some blue sky. Oh, look at that. I might be able to record my November video. In the Seattle area, it seemed to rain longer. Here, it's more quickly in and out of rain, where it just is more scattered, I guess. Whereas, yeah, Seattle's more just, there's a blanket of rain for like 5 days straight. I think that's it for now. I don't know what this is. There's something I can put on top of here. How about a little leaf? Did I just need something contrasting it? Yeah, let's try that. Because that looks a little bit more like an evergreen then. I know like what she's trying to do there. There is a type of plant that has kind of like this ring. I don't know. But I wanted to bring a little color there. That's it, guys. I'm going to stop rambling. I'll probably do a quick November video because it'll help just have that done so that Halloween, I'll put it out that day. I mean, I do have a couple more days, but I feel like there's a lot going on. And then, yeah, November here. I don't know what sticker kit I'm going to use for that. I have no idea. Gonna wing it. Thank you everyone for tuning in, for listening, for being here. It means a lot to have people keep coming back and watching, and yeah, there's a bird outside who wants to share in that that appreciation to all of you. And yeah, I think I'll just leave it at that. If you enjoyed this, I know this is like more of a slower, just talk about my week stuff. I was going to film, there is a particular video that I think is going to be a lot deeper on the discussion of planning, that I was really hoping to do that Wednesday, and that's when things kind of just started going a little haywire. Maybe I'll try to film that today. Maybe that's the thing I want to get done so I can get that out early next week. It's something that is going to kind of kickstart a number of different topics around that. And then I also have my moving video I need to finish up. So yeah, things are coming. So consider liking on the way out, subscribing, and even notifications can help if you want to know when those pop up. And everything's kind of coming together here slowly, surely, and we're just sending a lot of good thoughts back to the States. So take care, everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye.